Ladies and gentlemen, the Vancouver Canucks have points in 7 previous games. They are on a crazy point streak, one that was only disturbed by Jack Hughes and the New Jersey Devils a few weeks ago. But they extend their point streak here with a win against the San Jose Sharks in a really good bounce-back effort. The team took a look at their overtime loss the other night, and they were like, okay, what are we going to do to bounce back from that game? We're playing a San Jose Sharks team that isn't as hot as that Anaheim team that we just played, so how are we going to get by? And get by is exactly what they did, and they did that in pretty convincing fashion here tonight. The final score here in this Vancouver Canucks game, it is 5-2. The 2 San Jose Sharks goals came in the third period, and pretty much it was a statistically meh 10 minutes at the end of the game for Thatcher Demko. But for the most part, Thatcher Demko has been really good, and he was solid in this one. He stopped 24 out of 26 for a .923 save percentage in this game. The Sharks couldn't crack Demko until the third, but the Vancouver Canucks were able to crack Aaron Dell quite early on. And it's a common trend with these Vancouver games, get on the board and score quickly. It hasn't really been there the entire season, but recently the Canucks have really started showcasing that early goal-scoring ability. And it all starts here 4 minutes into the game with Brandon Sutter. At this point, the Canucks have some really good firepower going on. They actually have some good momentum, they're getting some good opportunities, there's a lot of frantic electricity vibing throughout this game, and eventually the puck is thrown on net, and it bounces off of Dell and out into the slot. Brandon Sutter comes in, he takes it on the backhand, Dell is out there, he's sliding, the stick is out, and Sutter has a nice open net to just, backhand it in directly. And at this point, everyone's like, damn, Brandon Sutter, he saw his goal that was against the Anaheim game get taken away, it's now Gaudette's goal, and Sutter comes right back and gets one here. Brandon Sutter has 4 goals on the year, Josh Levo with an assist, Virtanen with an assist, and the Vancouver Canucks start things off with a really quick 1-0 lead 4 minutes in, and they don't actually let up. Because give it a few more minutes, Elias Pettersson gets himself on the board here for his 5th on the year, assisted by Boeser and Horvat. This one was a crazy play. This one was the hand-eye coordination of Petey coming out to play here. Pettersson, he has the puck at the blue line, and he just chips it. He throws it off the boards. It's not even passing the face-off circles yet. He just throws it over to the open side, and then Brock Boeser is the guy who comes right in. He picks it up. He cuts around the perimeter of the ice surface, throws it into the slot, and by throw it, I mean he literally sauces it up. It's a bouncing puck. It's not smooth out there. Pettersson, right after throwing the puck onto the side, he rushes to the middle into the slot area. He comes in, he has the puck, and he swats it out of midair. It's like he's golfing it. He just taps it forward, and it's in. Elias Pettersson with the really weird shot on the really weird pass from Brock Boeser gets his 5th on the year. Boeser is now up to 8 assists this season. Bo gets the other assist on this one too. He gets his 6th assist. And all is well in Canuckland because at the end of the first period, it is 2-0 Vancouver. At this point, the shots in the game, they're in a pretty favorable 14-8 for Vancouver too. So Demko doing a really good job stopping the play at the other side, but all in all, this first period was frantic. There were a lot of really good chances at either end, and there could have easily been 5 or 6 goals scored in the first period alone. So the goaltenders, even though Dell did let in 2 that were really weird and they came off to the side at weird angles, he was still doing pretty well, I will say that. And Thatcher Demko, sure, the pressure wasn't all too amazing from the Canucks defense, but Demko stepped up to the plate and kept the Canucks in it in that first. Going over into the second, though, this is where we get some other scoring from some of the other guys. First off, it's Jake Virtanen, 45 seconds into the second period. Edler and Myers get the assists here. Edler, he's up to 7 assists, and he throws the puck right up to Virtanen, who streaks in. He's pretty much on a mini breakaway, but the Sharks defender is right there at his coattails. Virtanen, though, brings the puck over to his backhand. He's got it on the far left. He pulls it in. He gets a shot on goal somehow, and it squeaks through. It's not really certain that it's a goal right away, but give it a few seconds, and the referees and everybody else, they stop up, and it's like, okay, goal. Edler is up here. We all know Alex Edler. He's at 7 assists this year so far, so he's been really good. And Tyler Myers, it's awesome to see him getting points too. He's at 4 assists on the season. Then give it a few minutes, and Adam Gaudette. Hey man, he came in, he got a goal yesterday. He comes in and he gets a goal today too. He's got 2 on the year, assisted by Horvat and Troy Stecher. So this one was a pretty nice play as well. It's on a delayed penalty. Stecher feeds it over to Horvat, who throws it over to the other side. And there, Adam Gaudette has time. He takes it on the backhand and he pulls it to the forehand, and then he throws it to the slot. And it bounces in off a Landon Ferraro's skate. Okay, that was a pass over to Stecher, but Adam Gaudette gets the goal. I'm sure he's pretty happy about that. Stecher, although he would have gotten the goal if Ferraro wasn't there, he gets an assist on the play too, so I don't think he's really upset about that. And the second period concludes with a 4-0 lead for the Vancouver Canucks. At this point, the shots, it's 22-16 in favor for the Canucks, so the Sharks and the Canucks each had 8 shots in the period. Both goalies doing a pretty good job. Obviously, Dell led in 2 goals, but like one of them was a breakaway, semi-breakaway chance, and the other one was a pass out in front off of your own guy. So Dell didn't necessarily have a bad game in this one, especially with the goals he let in, but at the same time, he's the guy with 4 goals against in the first 2 periods of the game, so it's not amazing statistically. However, the Sharks finally solve Thatcher Demko in the 3rd period. It's Marc-Edouard Vlasic who gets himself a short-handed goal. Come on, guys. Come on. We can't be letting up those short-handed goals. Sure, we score a few of those as well, and that's awesome because I love seeing the Vancouver Canucks score short-handed goals. But still, you can't be letting them in. Sure, we did score on the power play. Just a few minutes after that, it was Elias Pettersson with his 6th on the year. Boeser with 2 points in this game because he got the assist on PD's 2nd goal, and JT Miller got himself an assist on PD's 2nd goal too. Miller and Boeser both tally their 9th assists on the year with this one. It's a 2-man advantage for a while, but then the puck comes out over in front, and Miller throws it over to PD, and he gets a nice goal in. Boeser's the guy who's at the high slot who feeds it in for Miller, but eventually it's Elias Pettersson who gets himself the 5-1 goal. The Vancouver Canucks keep that lead. They get another goal late against because Evander Kane comes in, and with less than a minute to go, he scores his 8th on the season. But the Vancouver Canucks ultimately take this one 5-2. They're getting points against teams that probably they should be taking points away from, and that is ultimately the best thing we can look at here. Thatcher Demko, as I said, had a pretty good record. Obviously, you don't want to see those last-minute goals or those 3rd period goals. You don't really want to see those at all, but whatever, you can't really stop it when it happens, and when the Canucks win, you know, you gotta at least give the team their props. But at the same time, when you look at it rationally, the Canucks and the Ducks had a really, really good game where it was just a goaltender's battle last night. This night, it was a lot of frantic pace of play, and there was a lot of goaltending battles too. But the fact of the matter is, the Ducks and the Sharks are separated by literally 9 points in the standings. The Sharks have half the amount of points that the Ducks have. So the Vancouver Canucks really need to start pulling their weight and start finding these really good games against the teams that they're competing for in terms of these playoff spots. Sure, playing the Kings and playing the Sharks, it's awesome. Playing the Red Wings, who are also a pretty poor team in the year, that's awesome. But once the Canucks start finding ways to do these great things against the teams that are actually threatening them for the playoff spots, like the Anaheim Ducks or like the Edmonton Oilers, who they lost the first game of the season to, then I think that's really the time frame where we can really start to understand, okay, this team is legit and this team is going to make the playoffs. Because the Canucks have won a ton of games against some really bad teams, and they've won fewer games against good teams. So once the Vancouver Canucks really start settling in and they actually start proving themselves against the teams that we know are worth proving yourselves against, then I think that's the time where we can really start to get on this hype train. The Hockey Guy made this same point in his video a few days ago. I thought that was a beautiful, wonderfully crafted video of his, a great point there. So I just wanted to share that in my video here as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. Social 99, and bye.